friends, how are you?
I'm JR.
I'm Kay, and today is our Monday video on different topics. Today, we don't know what we're going to talk about.
We're going to start out with a debate that we've had for probably a year or so. Boneless chicken wings to me is boneless chicken wings, but to her...
To me, boneless chicken wings are nothing but a chicken tender or a chicken nugget. To me, a chicken wing needs the bones because you know when you cook something with the bone in it, it gives it a better flavor. And to me, a chicken wing needs to have the bones. It's not the same as boneless without the bones.
But it's a chicken wing without a bone. Basically, they just took the bone out.
No, that's not how they make them, though. If you go anywhere, if you look at a boneless chicken wing, it is going to be bigger than a regular chicken wing.
But it's in the shape of a chicken wing.
McDonald's chicken nuggets, but they're
not.
McDonald's chicken nuggets are almost the same, and that's not.
They're not in the same shape.
It's still processed meat that's breaded and called chicken.
But they're in the shape
wings.
of a chicken wing. A boneless chicken wing looks like a chicken wing in the shape of a buck.
See, to me, I don't think so. I think it's processed chicken that's made in the shape of a chicken wing so that people think they just don't want the bones. But to me, I think it loses flavor when you don't cook it with the bones. And it doesn't taste like a chicken wing.
A chicken tender is not it's different.
I don't think so. I think a boneless chicken wing is nothing but a chicken tender. It's meat. It's chicken meat, whether they use the wing meat or the breast meat or a different piece of meat. That's different pieces that are processed and put together and then breaded to look like a chicken wing without the bone. But it's still just like a chicken tender. It's not a chicken wing. Not to me, anyway.
They have a guy somewhere, I don't know what, suing a company because of that. I don't know where. I never really involved in the story, but he's suing it because it shouldn't be called a chicken wing because it's got no bone in it.
Right. It shouldn't be called a chicken wing.
But you can have
the frozen ones you buy in the store. That's processed chicken that's made in the shape of a chicken wing. That's all it is. It's not chicken wing.
Then you say the same thing about boneless chicken breasts. It's white meat chicken without a bone. That's
not the same. A breast, the bone is on the outside, not in the middle of the meat. A chicken wing, the bone is in the middle of the meat. Just like a chicken leg, the bone is in the middle of the meat. Whereas a thigh and a breast, the bones are on the outside, so it's not the same. So a boneless
drumstick would not be the same thing as a leg?
No, not to me.
So if you get a boneless drumstick that's shaped like a leg and has no bone in it, it's a chicken tender shaped like a boneless leg.
Yes. That's how it is to me. A chicken wing and a drumstick or a chicken leg. To me, if it doesn't have the bone, it's not that piece of meat. It doesn't have the bone in it. It's
but
not
chicken breast, a fried chicken breast, the bone's on the inside. The meat's wrapped around the outside.
No. The way a chicken is made, the breast meat that I have deboned many chickens. Okay, a chicken breast, the bones are on the underside. It's not in the middle of the chicken breast. A chicken breast sits on top of the bones, just like a chicken thigh sits on top. Now, in a chicken thigh, there is a bone that goes through the meat, but to me, it's just not. I mean, I can eat a thigh and I can eat a breast without it.
But your theory is that meat without the bone doesn't sustain the same flavor.
It doesn't have the same flavor. No, I don't. I don't think it does. Even a chicken thigh and a chicken breast that's cooked without the bone.
But then you're going to move into the cut of meats like pork chops and steak and ribs. You know, I say the same thing. I say that about pork and beef. You say the same thing about all meat.
Yes, I do. I say it about all different meats. If it doesn't have a bone.
Pork chops.
Right.
The bone in pork chops and steaks and ribs. The only reason I like boneless ribs, but the only reason I like boneless ribs is because it's more meat. And you know me, I'm a carnivore.
Right.
So the less bone in a piece of meat, the better.
See, me, I like the meat, but I like
both. I like boneless ribs and regular ribs, depending on what I'm doing.
Right. I like taking the meat off the bone. I do. I just think the bone, typically with meat, it gives it a better flavor. When you cook a ribeye with the bone in, it tastes so much better than if you cook a ribeye without the bone. Now, you don't have to keep the bone after you eat it. After you cook it, once it's cooked, you can take it off, and then it's easier to cut. But when it's being cooked, I think that it's just better to have that bone because it adds a little bit of extra flavor when it has that bone in it.
But you, before your surgery, you eat a hell of a lot more variety of foods than I eat.
Yes, I do.
I am the meat connoisseur of our relationship.
Yes.
I am the meat eater, and
Yes, but you'll eat any type of meat. You
not any type of meat.
You don't pick and choose the different cuts and stuff.
I gotta find the tender cuts now because of my teeth situation.
I know.
But I still will try. Like I never knew what Wagyu meat was, and
that stuff is expensive though.
No, you got it on a discount, and we tried the hamburgers. They were okay.
Right.
I haven't tried the Wagyu steak.
Right.
I'm still on a mission to try bison meat.
Yeah.
You know.
That's the next thing that we're gonna try.
I'm gonna wait until you get to the point to where you can actually have like a patty.
It's gonna be
another 2 or 3 months, but we want to try bison meat. I've always heard it was good.
Right, and I mean, I like trying different types of meat. We live in Southern Louisiana, and I love alligator. I love.
But you're not a pork or beef person.
No, I'm not a big red meat person. Now, I do like lean cuts of pork. I don't like fatty cuts of pork.
You'll eat it, but you won't eat a lot.
I don't like fatty cuts of pork.
Yeah, you just cut off the fat and give it to me.
Right.
In the gristle.
Now, beef, I really have never been much of a beef eater. My dad used to fuss at me all the time because we would go to Outback Steakhouse, or we'd go to Steak and Ale, or we go to high-end high-end steak restaurants, and I would get chicken because I just was never much of a beef person. I'll have a hamburger every so often. I do love a McDonald's Quarter Pounder. That is my favorite burger, but I can do without beef. I really can. I'm not a big beef eater. I never have been. It's just that it doesn't sit. Now, before the surgery, I don't know what my stomach's going to be like after surgery when I start eating meat, but
you don't know what's going to,
I don't know
what you're
how,
going to be able to deal with, because I've told you before my surgery, I had that app, My Bariatric Pal, and I've read stories, all kinds of stories about from regular water all the way to different foods.
Right.
Y'all, anybody that knows me knows I drink between 1.5 gallons to 2 gallons of water a day.
Right.
I was afraid because you remember when I read that 1 or 2 people couldn't stomach plain water, not even bottled water, tap water, bottled water, nothing plain. It had to have flavor.
Right.
I was worried that was going to happen to me.
And see, the opposite has happened to me. I didn't like water before the surgery, and now I do like plain water now.
But how much plain water have you drank this week?
I haven't, because I've been trying to make sure that I get all my protein in. That's why right now I'm doing protein water, I'm doing protein shakes, I'm doing broth that has extra protein, because I'm just trying to make sure that I get all the protein that my diet needs. Now, afterwards, I will go back. When I stop drinking so much protein water, I will be going to regular water because I've developed a taste for it now.
Well, you might not even like your strawberry drinks. Who knows?
Right. Yeah.
But, I mean, down the road, eventually, you know, I do want to do, like, taste samples of different crap. Not me, but maybe you, and maybe have Marcus, you know, some stuff that I won't eat, because you know damn well I don't eat vegetables. I won't put that crap in my mouth. And I refuse to. I don't give a damn.
But I mean, I like all different types of food. I tend to be a little bit picky when it comes to meat, because
you leave that to me.
Right, you can have all the meat you want. I'm more picky when it comes to beef, and really it's just beef, because beef, over the years, I have always had issues with digesting beef. It's giving me gas. It's giving me heartburn.
Trust me, I know. I get horrible gas when I eat steak. You know this.
Right, and to me, it gives me such an it's always given me such an unpleasant feeling. I just would rather not eat it. I'm not a big, the flavor's not, to me, is not all that great. Not the same as with pork and with chicken. Now, I could eat chicken every single meal of the day. Give me an egg for breakfast, and give me chicken strips or chicken wings for lunch and dinner,
Speaking
and I'd
of
be
chicken,
happy.
now Dairy Queen just advertised a like nuggets, like Chick-fil-A, just Bears nuggets, no fried, like the boneless, skinless nuggets.
Right.
You know, they just started advertising that. But then again, you can't eat a lot right now.
Right. Right now, I can't eat too much. I know I am looking forward to, I got the frozen meals from the insurance.
But tomorrow,
I'm looking forward to eat some of that.
You're looking to try egg.
Right. But I can't have it. I have my 2-week checkup tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
and
so you can't have nothing.
It's all
after
fasting.
That.
I have to do fasting after 10 o'clock tonight. So.
I thought it was midnight.
No, it's 10 o'clock.
I don't know. Different strokes for different doctors.
It's at least 12 hours. If it's, it's 12 hours before the test, so that's 9 o'clock. Because my appointment's at 9. So I can't have any liquid or I can't have any food at all right now, but I can't have anything after 9 o'clock. So I have to make sure to take all my meds early, and then I can't have any meds or anything.
You take your meds at 7.
Right.
You don't take anything after that.
And then I can't take anything in the morning. I can't have anything at all until after the blood work, which is at 9 o'clock. Now, after all my appointments, my last appointment is with the dietitian, so she will tell me if I can go ahead and move to the next phase, which I should be able to.
She's going to tell you as you can tolerate.
Right, but I shouldn't have any problems. I have been sticking to everything so well. I have to write down today I have to put together all the liquids that I've had, like I did last week. But I should be able to move on, and next week I plan on having eggs. I want cottage cheese.
And chicken.
Yes, I will puree my chicken, put it in the blender, and eat it. I want something that's not liquid. I don't care if it's baby food texture, which is what what the book says that I'm supposed to have, but just not liquid. I have had liquid for a month. Just liquid for a month. So I'm looking forward to having a little bit more texture, because that's what's frustrating to me is I just want texture. So
I know, believe me, I've been there, done that.
Right. Now on my channel, on my channel where I talk about my weight loss progress, I'm going to start doing cooking. I'm going to start recording cooking and showing some recipes that we do for breakfast, or that I do for different meals and stuff.
There's two pizza recipes that I really love that we came across, you know, that she's going to incorporate that. Because I love pizza. Believe me, I love pizza and I love tacos. And when I found out that they have taco shells made out of shredded cheese, and I found out how to do it at home, that was a game changer.
But it's not just shredded cheese.
You can use
egg
no, not for the taco shells. No.
Okay, right.
For the taco shells, it's just it's taking the shredded cheese and parchment paper. We'll go through that down the road. But like I said, I love pizza and I love tacos.
Right.
And if I can do without the carbs and still enjoy my calories.
Yeah, the taco shells are keto friendly, low carb taco shells that are made from
whatever shredded
Parmesan.
cheese. You can use whatever shredded cheese you want.
I think it was cheddar or Parmesan that we used that came out.
But you can use whatever shredded cheese you want. You can shred up your own cheese and play with the recipe. You know, like you can get you a block of provolone, shred it up.
Right.
You know, there's different ways you can incorporate it. I mean, I'm not gonna tell nobody, oh, you just have to use cheddar or mozzarella.
Right.
You know.
But you do have to use a harder cheese. You can't use mozzarella is not great unless you add another harder cheese to it.
Cheddar
because
and
mozzarella, right? Because mozzarella is so soft it's not going to harden up to give you that shell like you would you want.
But I still haven't. Well, I haven't made it in a while. So
right, we haven't had it because we've been prepping for my surgery. But we fully intend on showing those recipes. My cloud bread recipe will be one that I will be putting in.
I told you next time you make that cloud bread recipe, to use garlic.
Right.
To make it garlic.
Make garlic. Because my cloud bread is not the stuff that you see on TikTok. It's an egg that's separated, cream cheese, and cream of tartar. And there's no sugar in it at all. It's very keto friendly. And it tastes like bread. Bread really doesn't have a huge taste to it anyway. So it's just egg, cream cheese, and cream of tartar. And it comes out like a regular, like bread, but there's no carbs in it. And it's really, to me, it's really good. It's really great for sandwiches and stuff. That's something that I can't wait to be able to do. It's going to be probably about a month.
15 minutes.
Mm-hmm. It's probably going to be about a month before I can eat that, because I can have, for the next 2 weeks, it's going to be pureed. It's going to be baby food texture.
Right.
Is what. Yes, we were told that we need to introduce the puppy.
Every time we talk?
Yeah, who is Captain Jack Sparrow.
Come here. You want to sit here?
And he is his shadow.
Look, see?
He is his shadow. Always around. Say hello.
We gotta introduce
say hello.
you. We gotta introduce you every time we talk, right? He's like,
whatever, I want to go lay down.
But there's lots of things that can be done when it comes to food.
Right. And right now, our lives are about finding out new food recipes,
right.
Finding out healthy, because we're in southern Louisiana. We're right outside of New Orleans. You can actually see New Orleans from our house. And our whole society is based on rich foods and fattening foods, and we're trying to be able to enjoy the foods that we like, just more healthy. And we have found quite a bit of recipes. I've found quite a few recipes that'll incorporate the flavors that we like into a healthy, more healthy.
I made air fryer steak.
Yes.
I didn't think it would come out good, but it actually did.
Right.
And today I'm gonna try air fryer hamburgers, homemade, not frozen patties, but ground meat that I'm gonna season myself.
Right.
But what else besides food?
Everything's about food and exercise for us. We're still exercising.
Well, I know it's about exercise, but you know that's on our own personal channels.
But also.
Oh.
What was the other thing you wanted to talk about?
What was it? There was something about food, and it made me think about what I saw on Instagram the other day. Act 2 coming out with macaroni and cheese flavored popcorn.
Right.
Like, I follow a bunch of these pages on Instagram, and I see all these new foods, these new candies, these new cereals, ice cream that's coming out on the other side of the world before coming over here, and I ran across Act 2 macaroni and cheese flavored popcorn.
Right.
Just like I ran across macaroni and cheese flavored with Cheetos.
Right.
Which I tried. I wasn't too keen on.
See, I would love to try the mac and cheese popcorn. I love popcorn. And I would love to try that.
Snack.
Yeah. Right now, I can't have any kind of corn
you
right
can't
now.
Have any of that.
But I'm looking, that's something I'm looking forward to, being able to eat more at a moderate pace than what I used to, but still go back to having some snacks here and there. Right now, like I said before, it's really frustrating and upsetting to me that I can't have more.
Upsetting? It
yes,
should be
because
upsetting.
I smell food and I see food and I want to try it. Just take a bite and try it, and I can't until my stitches.
But just think of what people go through that have a wired jaw shut for a month. They can't. Everything they have to have is liquid.
I know. I wouldn't. This is. I think I've done really well so far. I've done really well.
But I'm worried about you saying this, and then once you start eating food again, I'm worried about you. I'm
not gonna binge. I can tell you that now. I'm like I used to. When I wanted something, I'd get potato chips and eat the whole bag, and I'm not gonna do that again.
You don't know what you're going to be able to stomach versus what you're going
to.
Your taste buds.
When you had your surgery and you would eat something you shouldn't, or you would get too much, you would get nauseous. I get pain. It's not the same as you would get nauseous and throw things up. I don't get the nausea, but I get pain.
You haven't experienced that yet because you haven't started eating solid food.
True.
So
True.
you don't.
Now I know that I have pushed, drank too much shake at a time, or too much, or had too much drink at a time, and and I felt it. It's given me pain, and kind of my body's way of saying, stop that. You drinking too much at a time, And I'm paying attention to that. It's just, I just want to. I'm just like right now. I'm craving texture, like having something in my mouth that's not just liquid. That is what's, I guess, bugging me, is just having. I've had liquid for a month now, and I just want a little bit more texture. I'm not going to eat a lot. I mean, I miss having my vegetables. My favorite snack, is carrots, and I loved sitting there and eating some carrots, and I can't do that right now because my stomach can't digest it. And I understand that. I understand my body has gone through severe surgery, and
you're going to get it's going to be like
I know it'll be better. It's just right now I have to heal, and I understand that, and I know that my stomach is greatly smaller than it was before, and I have to deal with that. But it's just that texture that I miss. It's not that food. Yes, I want to try. Right now, everything is about politics, and I really just don't want to talk about politics.
Coronavirus.
Right, coronavirus. Now with the new Johnson & Johnson vaccine, though, I think that we will be eligible for vaccine much
earlier. They should release
earlier.
more guidelines tomorrow morning.
Right, and your mom has been.
My mom has had both the vaccine, both shots of the Moderna, and she's fine. I mean, she's had 1 day of fever, but that's expected.
Right. My mom was supposed to go have her first vaccine yesterday, and I haven't talked to her or anything. She'll probably call or text me later this evening to tell me that she got it. My aunt is supposed to probably get it within the next couple of weeks. She's looking into it, getting the vaccine. Now, we're still waiting to when we're going to be eligible to get the vaccine, and also our son is supposed to be getting the vaccine.
When
he's young. He's 18. He'll be 19. He's in fairly good health, so it's not something that he's not on a priority list or anything like that. Plus, he stays home most of the time. He donates plasma twice a week, but other than that, he stays home, so he doesn't really need the vaccine.
True.
Whereas we go out more shopping and doing other things, try to stay away from people, but we still would like to get it just to be safe for us. And
when I go to the gym, they got some people that's not wearing their mask while working out, and it frustrates me.
Right.
Maybe I need to get in touch with the owner and see what's going on. But for the most part, when I get there at 6 o'clock, 6:15, there's not many people there anyway. So, as long as I wear my mask and stay distant, or somebody that's there that I know talks to me, make sure I'm still having my mask, even if they get within 6 feet or less of me. As long as I got mine on, I should feel safe.
Right. And I haven't gone back to the gym. I'm planning on it, though, especially our weather is supposed to be getting a little rainy the next week or so. So I am planning on going and updating my membership, because I haven't been in over a year since all of COVID started. I want to go update my membership so that I can still go and walk. I like my walks, and I can't walk around the neighborhood when it's raining. So being able to go to the gym and getting some walks in is important. Especially while my recovery, I need to keep walking.
And plus, she's suggested that I take some videos of my routine.
Right. To add to
my story. So I need some. I don't have a tripod. Well, we have a tripod now, but I would rather have her video it instead of me putting a tripod and somebody knocking it over and
Right.
And all of that stuff.
Yeah, that's something that we definitely plan on bringing to the channel, is him working out, me cooking, me possibly working out.
And eventually I'm going to do some, just pop up some live videos, some random.
Right. I do also plan on, and actually I was thinking about doing some, for my next video, is having some video of us walking, just around the neighborhood and stuff. A little bit of walking and stuff. So we were planning on that.
And eventually down the road, I want to try to find some people to interview,
Right. welcome questions too. We want to have conversations. That's the whole point of us doing this, is not only have conversations with each other, but also have conversations with other people.
I have a friend from Delgado. He's in the radio. He actually works for the Delgado's Dolphin Radio, and he's a cerebral palsy. He's got, he's very advocate for that because that's what he has. And hopefully, if he's watching this, hopefully one day I can coordinate, an interview with him about the struggles of, everyday things with cerebral palsy, because it's always good to get somebody's insight that lives with any kind of disease. I have disability. I have a friend or two that has MS. Maybe I can get an interview with her or him about the struggles of different days of how they feel, because you don't really truly know what the struggles are until you talk to somebody that's going through it. I was able to help with her because I went through the weight loss surgery.
Right.
If I didn't go through it, I probably wouldn't have understood it.
Right. Yeah, because it's not something that, I went through it with you, but I didn't know the physical struggles, and even the mental struggles of having food around you and not being able to eat it, or the mental struggle like I'm going through right now, just wanting a different texture of food and you can't have it. Or,
and on a side note, it's been almost 12 days since I had a cigarette or a vape. So I'm surprised I ain't killed nobody yet.
No, but you're doing very, very well. You are.
Yeah,
you're doing very well.
30, I started at 11, so if I was to just subtract the 2 or 3 years total that I've quit, I would say 31 years that I was a smoker. Because, I quit a month here, 2 months here, a week here, a few days there.
I can honestly say I started when I was 16, and I have never been able, I've never even really tried to quit. I may have tried like one day here or there, but having bipolar and having the anxieties that I've always had, I always said, up until October of last year, I always said, I'm not going to be able to quit. I'm a smoker,
and I'm trying to make
that's
a debate
and
on which energy drink to reach out to.
Right.
There's Monster or Bang. I drink Monster and I drink Bang. I don't know.
Right.
They both. One's got a watermelon, one's got a strawberry. If you was look at my cabinet, I got like.
Yeah, we have a cabinet full of
I keep
energy
all
drinks.
Different flavor energy drinks.
And he gets sugar-free.
They all sugar. I don't get the sugar ones. They all 90% of them they have very few drinks.
Sugar.
Well, Monster has a few juices that have sugar, a few coffees that have sugar, but the ones that I drink are sugar-free because I like them.
Right.
I know I'm going to hear feedback that, it's not good for your heart. And,
right.
Like I tell people, if it starts making me feel different, I will leave them alone. But until then,
right.
Well, some people say, but by that time it's too late. Not necessarily. If you pay attention to your body.
Right. And that's something that we both have learned over the past few years, is definitely we know what our bodies generally feel like, and we know when our body's trying to tell us something.
That's how I found out I had gallstones.
Right. When your body tells you something's wrong.
I had pain
right.
and nausea combined.
Right.
If I would have had one or the other, I wouldn't have been concerned.
Right.
Because that's normal.
Right.
You have a pain in your side. It's either kidney stones, gallstones.
Right.
But it goes away. But when I had the nausea and the pain is when I found out I had gallstones. And that's the only drawback I've had from the weight loss surgery is the small gallstones. But if I watch my fat intake and my spicy intake,
it's not going to irritate it.
Right, it's not going to irritate it.
Yeah, I had mine removed a few years before we met, and that was not fun. And I didn't know what it was because I was being treated for multiple different conditions at the time. I was being given lithium at the time, and the thing was, lithium overdose was the same symptoms as the gallbladder. So it was we didn't know for months that it was actually my gallbladder. And then I was in liver failure, and the hospital I went to gave me acetaminophen. They gave me Vicodins to take, and that was just horrendous. Almost killed me. If I hadn't gone to Oshton the next day, it probably would have killed me. So, but that's a story for another time.
And it's getting time for me to go eat. It's past time for me to go cook and eat. Because I'm getting a little hungry. I'm starting to incorporate 2 different days a week where I'm going to do a sugar-free liquid diet just for 24 hours just to keep my body. And today is not that day. That was yesterday. So today I get to eat real food because tomorrow I donate plasma, so I want to make sure my protein levels are up. But again, like, share, comment, subscribe. If there's anybody that knows any sponsors, we're looking for sponsors.
You want to start a conversation in the comments? That is more than welcome. We will respond. We'll answer back. And then if it's a question that you want us to talk about, we can talk about it next week on our...
give us suggestions.
Right.
Give us any suggestions that
you want us to talk about
that you are afraid to talk about, because not everybody is good at talking about a subject. Right. I mean, they'll ask other people to talk about it, and then they'll give their insight. Right. I don't know. For some reasons, YouTube doesn't tell us who subscribes, so I can't. Unless you comment, I can't reach out to the people that I know. So, but
just comment and ask us questions. Start a conversation.
Just don't be hateful.
Yeah,
because we don't put up with that.
Yeah, we don't want hateful.
We don't want hateful. But I mean, if you have hateful comments, that's you. We're not going to entertain that. We will just delete it. We both try to look at things very, very on an even keel. We try not to be ugly. We welcome criticism. We just don't like to be mean. We don't like mean.
If there's any criticism you want to give us, that's no problem.
We just don't like the meanness or the ugliness or the attitude.
Right.
But we can have healthy conversations, and I do believe that people can have healthy conversations without being hateful. We have had this discussion before. It's about how your words come out.
Right.
Yes, I have a problem with not thinking about things before I say it, and people understand me the wrong way, so I have to explain myself, because it happens with her all the time. Things I say, she takes it the wrong way. But I don't mean them like I say them. I guess I would say I have no filter, or I don't think before I speak. I don't know. But I try not to be hateful. I try not to be mean. But sometimes it happens. But again, like, subscribe, comment, questions.
Right.
So until then,
we'll see you next week.
Have a good week, everybody.
Bye-bye.